calling you a radical. Yeah, I broke the screen on my phone. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier. I throw this thing around like you know how I go, but it's an occupational hazard. It comes with it. It's equipment. Let's see what I can do. So, I really need a better camera. But anyway, I'm going to talk about why certain NBA teams win historically and certain ones lose. Now, Gobert, Game 7, Denver never could win. They win now. Something changed. Yeah, it's just not about play, but it is about players. So, certain cultures and groups, it comes right down to the basic foundation: scouting, trading, getting these right players, putting things together. The Jazz, Dillon Jones. Dillon Jones, now this has got to be, it just shows you how pitiful the scouts are. NFL scouts are no better. And if you don't think I know here at this university, been here all these years, you don't know. Look, play back the tape on Rashid Shaheed. Who was the first one calling him the NFL? I was. Well, this year, I'm all over Winston Reed, have been. Play back the tape, Your Honor. All these NFL players, here. I was all over Lillard. So this is the NBA scout. This is why the Utah Jazz are so pitiful. I used to have season tickets, and I can stand. So he's at the combine, and Dillon had an excellent combine, by the way. And I'll get into that. He writes, well, I wouldn't take Dillon Jones early, but I've really been impressed. And I would sure take him late first round. He ain't going late first round. I'm telling you, that was last year, buddy. And this is the guy who broke all Damian Lillard's records. And remember, this guy lives in Utah. Number one, Damian Lillard doesn't hold any records here. Dillon Jones didn't break any Damian Lillard records. None. Dillon Jones broke the all-time steal record here. That'd be Eddie Gill. Dillon Jones almost broke the rebound record by the legend, the incredible, the rebounding machine who has reigns. Go ask Dr. J, Willie Sojourner. The scoring records all here are held by Jarek Harding. Who's that? Go ask the Dallas Mavs. They gave him an invite to summer camp. They offered him a contract. He's playing in Europe going crazy. Lillard doesn't, he holds some free throw records here. And that takes me to this because Dillon Jones has truly become one of the great free throw shooters in the history of the school. I call him Dantley, speaking of out one at the rim. He's incredible, the way he can draw the foul in position and work. But it was the three-point shooting contest. So it isn't even a contest. It's a workout. And it's not spot up off the rack. It's a coach off a bounce pass or a coach off of that, and it's a step back. I think he went 10 for 12, and at one point he either made 7 or 8 in a row. And these scouts are pathetic. The Utah Jazz are pathetic. They trade this guy. Why? You trade Donovan Mitchell? He's still playing there in a Game 7. Why? The whole dynamic goes clear back to Adrian Dantley when they got rid of him, and he wanted to coach there. It's the culture. It's fucked up. And I'm a guy that used to have season tickets there for all those years. It was such a great product. And the kids and the youth here in Ogden, and I know, they all play soccer. They hate the NBA. They'll watch the NFL clips or whatever. They know Rashida. They hate the NBA. And the reason they hate the NBA, you can't even get them to play basketball anymore. These kids won't play it. They hate it. And because, I'll tell you why, because they feel like they're alienated. They feel like it's a product for a bunch of rich, yuppie, phony fuckers. They can't go. These are normal working class parents. Working class parents can't take their kids to a Jazz game. They price them completely out. They can't stand the fucking NBA product. Go talk to them. And the NBA has lost an entire generation of fucking fans by their ridiculous greed. They're over when a beer is $15, $16 there. Back when they were good Coors beers, of course, I was just talking about the first protest that I ever won. We had season tickets here, 79, 80. I wasn't even old enough to drink, but it was Ogden. Come on. It was the United States. We know how it all was. We had a bus that used to go from here with a keg on it. And so Battistone raised prices from $1.25 to $1.25 for a 16-ounce Coors. And we were Coors kids. So it made the media all over Denver. It was a cultural thing here. You were Bud or your Coors. That's back when Coors was real beer. It ain't now. Forget that shit. So we'd go to the games, and when he raised it, we made signs and we protested out in front of the magnificent salt palace. Was very similar like this. I saw Stevie Nicks in here. She'll be in the old big dumb drum. That big dumb drum they built a piece of shit. The old salt palace was a gem. I mean, fuck. Courtside, the first Jazz playoff game ever. I'm looking at the ticket. It was, a courtside, literally sitting right by the fucking third, fourth row. $10. I'm looking at the shot on Jordan when I'm at that game. I'm on the fucking sitting right across from Jordan, lower bowl in the section right there. $65. Them days are so fucking long gone over. This is how pitiful the Jazz are. And I've said it for years. I sat with these scouts every game. I got a front row ticket, and I don't sit on the front row. That ticket came available, and a guy says, Blanch, you've done all this great work. You're the guy. You need to be here on the front row. So I sat on the very front row right there in the center with the scouts. And there's dozens of them here. All of them are here. Every fucking game. And I know who really wants him. I think, they're going to have to trade up to get him, the Celtics. But I still say, and I've told Dylan for years, because I call him Dylan Dantley Magic Jones. Well, Magic's that name's been used for decades on players. I said, you're going to win the Lakers. They'll spite you to take the Celtics. I hope he goes to one of these marquee franchises because he's all that. I've never seen a player like this here in my life. He's so diverse. His numbers are staggering here. In all categories. I know Eddie Gill personally. What a player. Eddie was here when Dylan broke his record on the Stills record. I had him sign my tickets and brochure and took photographs with them. Of course, Willie got killed in a car accident in Italy, the great Willie Sojourner, but just the fact that he's even in the same breath with rebounds with that rebounding machine, fuck, what a player, oh my God. Jerry Carty, there's your score leader. Lillard had the great senior year, but I was in the bone marrow transplant center. I didn't get to see those games personally his senior year. I saw all the other ones. I was in LDSC safe fighting for my life going in out of a coma when he was going off his senior year, but I sure saw all his other games. And I tell this story at nausea because the Jazz. Frank Layden. My favorite Jazz player by far, Ricky Green. Fucking love Ricky Green. What a player. That's the great Hot Rod Connery used safe. Fastest of them all. We go from Hot Rod Hundley to David Locke. David Locke's a fucking moron. I could prove that in 95 when they played Jeff Heathcourt, the old Montana coach, and sent him packing Michigan State 14-5. Oh, they sent to the Wolves. There's no way. He bet me. I said, no, they'll win. I know this team. They crushed him. They had Iverson beat. It was a Hail Mary that Iverson missed the rim and got it put back. The great Ruben Nemhart. Fuck, that was a player. How about the great Jimmy DeGraffi? Oh, he's way up there in numbers. But Dylan Stills, he's the all-time still leader in the history of the school. Scoring, he's right up there in the top group. That's saying a lot. Jerry Carty, Damian Lillard. So many of these scoring machines. Jimmy DeGraffi. Make him the coach here. These coaches suck. So, tip ball, he holds the all-time record here on tips. He's the only player I ever seen. He'll play center. He'll get the fucking rebound, then he'll have that high dribble coast to coast, all the way to the fucking rim. He'll fight at the fucking rim, fight battle like Dantley, position like Dantley, score foul. And his free throw shooting percentage, there's a record that Lillard holds. And he didn't break it. He got close. This guy's a free throw. That game where he had 30, 20, 10, they say 9. He says, I still score him at 10. First triple-double since Eddie Gill. Hasn't been a triple-double here since. Well, I'd still give it to Dylan. I've never seen a player like this. Ever. He's so perfect for the fucking dynamic in the NBA. So his combine. The step back, the coach throws it. Boom, 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 boom. He's a great fucking shooter. Look who that is. There's Dyson Kohler right there. And so, in the game, people forget it. The 23 minutes of the first game, he had the 9 rebounds. Now, we can do math. And 10 points. That would have been a 20-20 game in a regular part. The second game, he, what do you have, 6 assists, I believe. How about the steal with the assist? Beautiful. He's strong, he's big, he's versatile. Hey! Hey! Oh, he's got his ear closed. He can't hear me. So, he's a hell of a player in his own right. That's Dylan's roommate. So, when I hear a scout, and there's a reason, the Jazz can't win. Fuck, they were the 1 seed and got beat. Go, will Rudy beat? I don't know. It's a game 7, but 4 of the 6 games have been won by the road team. The NBA's a very different league now. These guys can shoot. These guys are versatile. Dylan Jones. I never said he's thick. The other thing, too, we were talking about this the other day. I don't ever recall him ever being injured. He's been a little sore, whatever. I remember Joe Bass, who's the legendary trainer right here, says, well, he's not going to play in the Oral Roberts game. We'll probably be just rest. Fuck, he played. Fuck, he had a great fucking game. I've never known him to be hurt. And fuck, there's some of these plays where he'll fight at the rim, go there, just a crash from hell. I'm like, oh my God. Like a football, Big Sky fucking basketball is very similar to football. You need to wear your helmets. Best kept secret in fucking sport. Football is all Big Sky. Football fucking A. Whoa. The 5 Weber State players in the NFL now. Jay Hill, that nobody wanted. So, when I see these, and these are NBA scouts, this is what they do for a living. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a fucking cake? I'm a fisherman, what's a fucking boat? I'm a marine biologist, fucking teaching science, zoology at fucking San Diego State, at Cal Berkeley, at Weber State. What's Fukushima? The house that the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate built. Lillard never won the Big Sky Championship. Neither did Dylan. Because the coaching tree sucks here. Had the same coaching tree for the same result for 20-something years. The coaching tree sucks. So, but older they get players. So, there's a reason certain branches win. They can both stay on the bottom. Do I think they're stupid enough to go for the publicity stunt with Bronny James? Go ahead. Fuck. I don't think so. That's why they're the Lakers. They're not going to stay on the bottom. We see the Celtics when they got them, but look where they're at. You think they'll win it? Probably. Donovan got hurt. That's too bad. So did Lillard get hurt. Same injury. Strained calf. So, anyway, what the hell's this laying over here? Garbage. So, when I hear players like that, and, Gobert's still playing. Why would fucking Snyder? I know Snyder's whole past when college is with the player's girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. Fucking Jazz. And then, I need to talk about the legacy trust in the Jazz. No, legislating inherited wealth from the grave is an old royal thing. We had a Revolutionary War. This country anti-imperialist, right? You can't legislate from the grave. Legacy trust, right? It's garbage. So, the legacy trust, I think Alaska was the first ones to do it. So the Miller family lobbied and lobbied and lobbied for it. And they lobbied for it. Now, Larry Miller died. And he was very passionate about winning. I didn't agree with a lot of his stuff, but he sure won. That's damn sure. He was very passionate. By the way, what an athlete. Look, I don't think people know what a great basketball pitcher he was. I watched him play. Very intense, passionate fucking owner. Wanted to win badly. And they did win. And it was a great product. It was so fun. It was reasonably priced. Great players. I used to take my daughters. They loved it. And playoffs. Sunday, I remember the Benoit game in '95. My daughter's there. I keep giving her shit because she kept rocking on her chair at the game, and you were throwing him off. So, the Miller family, Larry Miller died. Gail Miller married the attorney, and so for the Jazz, and so they lobbied the Utah State Legislature. I will quote Gail Miller. The reason we want this legacy trust law is so the Utah Jazz stay in Utah and are owned by the Miller family for time and all eternity. That was the deal. That's when we got the law through the Miller family. To stay in the Miller family forever. What? They sold it to some CIA dude, BYU, for $2 billion. Where did this fucking guy come from? Danny Ainge? Fuck the BYU fucking Jazz. So I call them the BYU Jazz now. The big dumb drama. At least maybe they'll change that. the old Salt Palace. Larry Bird said that he was his favorite as far as lighting goes. And, well, the acoustics in there. So many fucking concerts there were just like here. Stevie played it here. I remember going to that concert. So, greatest player in the history of this building? Oh, it's Dillon Jones. That's saying a lot. Jerry Carter, Jeremy Siegel, Joe Ballenboy, Damian Lillard. A lot of great fucking players. Scotty Bamforth, Ruben Nemhard, Jimmy DeGrafferty, Harold Arsenault, the show, Eddie Gill. Fuck, so many great players in this fucking building. So many great coaches. Bill McCarthy. Phil Johnson was over the other building. Dick Waddick. Ronald Baglin. This coaching tree sucks. I got to tell this story quickly. So, because I loved Baglin. I worked with him, then I was the guy who kept guys in his class, blah, blah, blah. I was a student professor, #1 school business in the United States that Warren Buffett took. Now we're dead last. Baglin writes these plays for the little group thing to Randy right here. Maybe you should try this. Okay. As soon as Baglin turned his back where Randy went like that through the garbage. I picked it out of the garbage. I still have it. I never liked him. Well, I liked him as a person. Same with Eric. I like Eric as a person. Their coaching style, I cannot fucking stand it. It's Stu Morrill tree. Stu Morrill was a winning coach up there, but he could never win in the tournament. And these guys, I mean, this team, you can't win with Damian Lillard. They never won the tournament with Damian Lillard. You can't win with Dillon Jones. Fuck. This fucking coaching, they overcoach. I mean, it's way overcoaching. But I guess it does serve its purpose, these X's and O's. It's like a boot camp here. I mean, it's hardcore because they excel in Europe. That's for damn sure. And look what Lillard's done in the NBA. So it is, I guess it is like a springboard. And by the way, Dillon Jones also, I need to say this. 4.0 student, from what I understand, he got 1 B+ his entire career. I remember standing with him right there 2 years ago, and he says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm looking for my grades." "You want to see him, Kev?" "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, you're one of those." I says, when I went to college here, they graded on the curb. So he's a 4.0. I mean, legendary free throw point shooter here. The rim, that's why I started calling him Dylan Dantley Magic Jones. And if you don't know anything about Adrian Dantley, that was one fucking scoring machine. The Cowhide Globe hits home the great Hot Rod Hundley. Fuck, how good was he? How good was that product? 1980 to 2000, 1985 to 2000, the winning percentage of any team in sport in the United States was the Utah Jazz. Of course, they lost so many heartbreak game sevens so many times. The Western Finals, upset by George Karl twice, and when they were the 2 seed, I mean, so many heartbreaking fucking losses. Kind of like being a Weaver State fan, right? Oh, God damn it, yeah. Huh. So, that's why, and I'll tag this, I got to get a new phone, is why there's certain franchises that always seem to win in all sports. It's hip to clip. Oh, fuck, it's the Clippers. Come on, we've seen these movies. The Jazz. Oh. Of course, Denver got one. I used to love fucking Walter Davis, fucking Alex English, those days, fucking Jazz versus, those were fucking good teams, man. Those great uniforms, great prices, fucking good fucking cheap beer, great sophisticated, smart, intelligent fans. The fans were fantastic. I mean, you could have conversation. Not now, it's a place to be seen. You wonder why the kids, go talk to any of the kids around here. I'm involved. My grandkids are super athletes here, so I'm involved with them all. They fucking hate the NBA. They don't even want to go to basketball games. You can't even get them to go to this anymore. They play soccer. Oh, they're still engaged in football. Fuck, they love Rashid. Because Rashid used to take time to physically talk to these kids. Like my grandkids would go to the games, they'd go over there and fucking physically, and he would sit and visit with them and talk to them. Such a great mentor to those kids. That turned out fantastic. They run just like him, like the wind, and so I wonder why. The fucking NBA's made a huge mistake by turning themselves into a luxury good. And please do not draft Dillon Jones. Jazz. We want him to go to a winning franchise and get a ring, which I think he will. So there's a reason why certain franchises rebound and always win, come back, and other ones don't. There's a reason why the Utah Jazz always lose. So Dillon Jones had an excellent combine. There's no doubt in my mind. If you don't believe me, play back the tape on what I said about Rashid Shaheed. Stay tuned.